gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your highlights.
Good morning everybody, welcome to a new fiction video. My name is Fiction or Sean, you can call me either. And today is the long-awaited room tour video. I have been putting this video off for months, things just aren't as I'd like them to be, I want to buy this, to have this displayed, that displayed. And I think finally I've got out of my own head, I've took a look around me, I was like, you know what, my room's tidy for once in a blue moon, and I'm happy. This room makes me genuinely so like, it's my space. And I think when I realised that, I was like, you know what, yeah, that's the entire point of a room tour. I'm showing you my space. So today, just come with me and I'm going to show you my space. Starting with my 3 wardrobes. This, I'm incredibly lucky to have so much storage, As a I'm almost 24. As a 24-year-old man, I have a lot of clothes. I have a lot of things. Well, that's not really due to my age, it's more just due to me being a collector of many things. But I think just starting off with this one right here. This is sort of just where everything goes. Top shelf is sort of just like games-ish. We have, Cards Against Humanity. There's like another board game back there. Some other boxes. Just sort of general stuff like that. I've got my Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 back there. And then next shelf down we have my novels, which before I got into manga, into comic books, into all of that, I read normal books. I actually did. I say that half of this I have not read. But right here we have all of the ones, it goes back as well. And also, got some full series here. I've got the full Divergent series, full Maze Runner series, full Lorien Legacy series. I have these books, which at the front, it is the books I'm currently reading. And you may be like books you're currently reading? I was trying to read 3 books at once at one point, and I haven't read a novel in probably a year, so I think we have figured out how well that worked out. It's cool. I read like 3 chapters and then stopped. Well, I was reading them alongside Red Rising, which I've started reading again. And if you've read Red Rising, like once you're reading that, you're stuck in it. It's so good. But yeah, next to my novels, we have my hats, it goes all the way back. We have my shoe shelf. There's some more books here just on top, box for my shoes. There's some keyboards there. When I say this is just storage, I mean it is just storage. There is stuff everywhere. And then this shelf here is my Pokemon shelf. One of these binders is for my DC cards, and then all of this stuff is my Pokemon cards. I'm slowly selling them. I read manga, collect manga, I read comics, collect comics. I had to make an executive decision to stop collecting something. And unfortunately, it is Pokemon cards. And then, you can't see past that shelf, but I promise you, it's just storage. Then, moving on to the 2 wardrobes here. These are where all my clothes are. So this one back here, I sort of store the clothes I'm not wearing that season or that I'm just not really wearing anymore. And then this one here is my main wardrobe. So you may be able to tell I am a big fan of hoodies. I have a bunch of Hooligan brand hoodies there, like superhero ones. We got the Flash hoodie, we got the Nightwing hoodie. If you couldn't tell, I kind of went full-fledged with the whole superhero thing. Cyberpunk hoodie, right there. Another Cyberpunk hoodie. Spider-Man hoodie, this is a very recent pickup. Booster Gold hoodie, this is one of my favourite ones. I'm waiting for the Cyclops one to be shipped. That one's going to be one of my new favourites. And then Red Hood, Batman Beyond, another Cyberpunk hoodie, and then just my general t-shirts that I wear mainly. So I know I got some Spider-Man ones. Like, it's mainly superheroes and like just nerd shit because I just like wearing nerd shit. But also the odd band tee. Pete the Big Time Rush shirt. And then up here we have my like jeans, shorts, joggers, all of that. Just because, I mean, it's really easy just to chuck them up there and go digging around. To be fair, I wear 3 pairs of jeans maybe and 2 pairs of joggers, so most of it's just sitting collecting dust. Where I keep stuff I'm not really wearing at the moment, or if I don't have any room in there. There's, you know, just an old hoodie, another band t-shirt. I've got some coats in here. A lot of my white t-shirts are in there just because I don't really wear white anymore. I mainly just wear black or like darker colours in general. Even though I have some, you know, superhero hoodies, cyberpunk hoodies, you're not here for that. This is the main thing you're interested in. The collection, the displays, everything like that. So although I mainly do comic book videos, I am a manga reader at heart. I started collecting 5 years ago, I think, and yeah, I went full-fledged. Got majority of my bookshelf is manga because I love it so much. I love the art style, I love the stories, I love anime. Anime is just a whole different branch of manga that I love. As you can see, top shelf it's the most stacked, I think. Jujutsu Kaisen up top, we have Dan Dan Dan, Chainsaw Man, and Kaiju number 8. Chainsaw Man means a lot to me. Chainsaw Man was the first manga I read like the entire first arc of, and I fully stand here saying that the manga for Chainsaw Man is 10 times better than the anime. The anime has incredible animation, but just at my heart, I'm like, Chainsaw Man is such a good manga. Yeah, I have read all the way up to volume 11. I actually haven't continued it because I'm on such like a comic book kick for the last year that I've kind of neglected my manga, but I really need to get back into it, and I am starting to not lose interest in comic books, but I'm starting to also like remember I have other reading like material. I have other things than comic books. Kaiju number 8 is also, I think it is my favorite manga. I know it's ended. I do not know how it ends. Nobody spoil it for me. I think I'm 2 issues behind, or 2 volumes behind. I love Kaiju number 8. Me and my friend Leo, we started watching the anime like the day it came out, and we watched it week by week that summer, and that was one of my favorite summers just because being inside is very natural to me. I'm very akin to not going outside, very used to that. But Kaiju number 8, me and him watched it on a weekly release, and it was really cool. And we both started reading the manga together, and that's really cool as well. I love Kaiju number 8, very cool story. And it's also the only manga I have a actual figure for, or a statue figure. I know that it's different from the comic book world, but yeah, I have Kaiju number 8 right there. I've got a little Himeno Kafka. Like, yeah, that is mainly my shonen shelf, let's say. I mean, I also do have this sort of upper thing here. As you can see, I have the replica errata from Cyberpunk. Might also be able to see the Cyberpunk shelf there. We'll move on to that subject in a little bit because that's a big subject. Also got this little Tchotchke Spider-Man eating pizza right there. Got my Gundam that I built, my only ever one I built. My dad, he got me into Gundam. Well, got me into Gundam. He's really into Gundam, and I was like, yeah, I'll build one. Seems cool. Bringing you a little bit closer in for the next shelf. This is my sort of shoujo / romance manga shelf. I am a big romance man. I like romance anime, romance manga. But this is like, you know, romance manga, but also just where I put my other collectibles, just because I need a place to put them, really. So yeah, we have Blue Box up to 17, Fragrant Flower up to 9, My Dress Up Darling up to 14, and then Horimiya, oh, I'm not on camera. Horimiya is my favourite romance anime. I haven't read the manga yet because I'm waiting for all of it, and I'm going to read it all in one go, but I fell in love with this anime, and I started just getting the manga like in person. Some manga I like to order online, some of them I don't. But I think it's pretty fun just going into a manga shop being like, oh shit, I need that. So that is the main criteria for how I get manga. But then also we have, You know, little Ferrari up there, Lego Suzuki, Porsche, DeLorean, 2 GTRs. I just like building Lego. I've always loved building Lego in my life, really. And I think the cars are just like a fun hour activity that you can do. So yeah, I got a good few of them. And then we have the Jason David Frank Power Ranger Funko set. I was saying I'm not, on the Funko kick, but this is I do love this. I grew up watching Power Rangers. I love Power Rangers. My favorite series does not have Jason David Frank in it, but Dino Thunder is for sure a runner-up on my favorite. And now let me introduce you to my favorite shelf. This is, as you can see, Nightwing right here not in the center, on the right for me. We have the 3 omnibus. We have New 52 Nightwing, Grayson, and Nightwing Rebirth. And then over here, you might not be able to see it too well, I have every single trade from Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo's run. I think 2 of them are in the box that you can't see, which I will explain later. But yeah, this here is, I don't know why I did it. One day I was like, you know what, I want to have one shelf where I display my favorite franchise and characters. So we have the Nightwing here, got a little Lego Mustang. I just thought it looked cool with the color layout. And then I bought this 3D printed Nightwing sign on Vinted, which it was £5. So I was like, yeah, sure, that looks cool. So yeah, we got this here, got a little Nightwing figure right there. You can't really see him too well. And then one of my prized comics is the Dan Mora variant for issue 114 of Nightwing by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. See, Dan Mora he's a generational artist, and his Nightwing covers are legendary. There is one specific cover, I do not remember what issue it's for, but it's the one with the neon sign. That's a grail. But this one also was, and it's pretty cool. I do love it. But we're gonna move on from Nightwing, and we're gonna move on to what might be, well, I say might be my special interest. Cyberpunk 2077, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, all of these things. I adore Cyberpunk. I love the game, the anime, the books, and the comics, the manga. There's so much of it, and I just love it so much. Right here, we have my Cyberpunk 2077 Where's Johnny hardback. That is the first ever trade I bought for Cyberpunk, and so I thought, you know what, let's display it nice and cover forward, not side on. I also have this, which was a Christmas gift from my dad. It is a Cyberpunk steelbook for the anime, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and it contains 2 discs that have the entire anime on it, which is really, really cool. Then we have the big book of Cyberpunk. We have Cyberpunk No Coincidence back here, if you can see that. 2 Cyberpunk trades. I also have the first omnibus for Cyberpunk, so I will grab that. Yeah, I have the first Cyberpunk omnibus that contains the first 3 trades, and also a cover gallery, which is really cool. This was also a gift from my stepmom, I think it was. And what I didn't realise at the time is the omnibus cover is a Matteo de Ulis cover, and Matteo de Ulis is my favourite comic artist, so I mean, it's just set in the stars. If he has a cover for my favourite book, and my favourite franchise, he's got to be my favourite artist. We also have the Cyberpunk Madness manga, which I just found out they just released chapter 7. I thought it was going to be a one-shot, which is really cool. That it's not. It's going to have a continuation, which is really, really cool. And then we have the 2, so I would say they're the main parts of the collection. My only figures in my collection are Cyberpunk. The V and the Johnny were Vinted pulls. I managed to find them for £20 a piece, which for a McFarlane figure that isn't in current production is really good. There's nothing wrong with them. They came with every single thing. Yeah, they are really cool. They're one of my favourite things in my collection. But I did get the David and Lucy that you can see right here. full price off the CDPR website, and yeah, they were my first ever figures, which is really fun posing them, and yeah, that's really cool. These are some of my favorite things in my collection. And then for the last main manga shelf, I have all of my Zom 100 down here. Some other series that I didn't use to stack books on top of. It also goes all the way behind as well. And then we have Solo Leveling, which is my only manhwa, 1 to 13. And then we got this little Chase Sungjinu, and this Lego Cherry Blossom Bonsai Tree, which is really cool. The last two shelves, we have just, I have some trades back here that my granddad gets me because he goes to car boot sales. Grabs a trade or two for me, sees if I like it, and yeah, I just have a few of them there. Got my hardbacks. We have Sunrise on the Reaping, the Book of Elseworld by Keanu Reeves, and Levias. Levias is really cool. If you haven't read it, you definitely should. It's a sort of like steampunk gladiators manga, which is really, really, really cool. And there's also a established manga afterwards. We have some figures here, you know, just some Spider-Man Funkos. We have some Pokemon figures that I got for like promotions, pair of scissors for cutting things, and then this Power Rangers box right here is where I put all of my reads. So in a month, I will, you know, read single issues, read trades, omnibuses. I will read manga as well, and I will put it all in here so that at the end of the month I can film a video just discussing everything I have read in that month, just because it's another video I want to film. And then over here we have my records. I only have a small collection. You know, got the Guardians of the Galaxy mix. I have the Phantom Liberty and the Edge Runners soundtracks. Unfortunately, I do not have the other Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk records. I really wanted the radio ones, because obviously that is the only record that has I Really Want to Stay at Your House, which is really silly that it isn't in the anime one. The final shelf on my shelf is the trade shelf, and the reason it's on the bottom is because trades are heavy. There's a lot of ink, there's a lot of paper, and they originally were on this shelf, but it fully just collapsed because it was so heavy with all of my books. So it now lives on the bottom, which is the only secure shelf it can live on. But we have all of the absolute trades. We have, you know, Batman Hush. We have some Image that I like reading. There's Do a Powerbomb. All of Geiger. We have all of Something Is Killing the Children. There's not really any cohesion in my storage. I just keep series together. And then also over here we have all of the Ultimates and most of my Marvel. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Marvel currently, I mainly just have DC and Image over here. And yeah, I think Image personally is my favourite. For trades, that is. But yeah, that was everything on my bookshelf. And now I'm going to take you over to the other side of the room. I have my studio / setup, I guess. This is where I spend 90% of my time editing videos, coming up with ideas for videos, watching videos, playing video games. I've had this set up a long time. I used to be a streamer, so have the boom mic, the studio headphones. I even have a Gerxlar right there and a stream deck. I don't stream anymore just because I just don't enjoy it anymore. But yeah, just a simple double monitor setup. Over here on top of my Alex drawers, there just a bunch of storage in there. I like to keep little figures on here. So I've got Ben Reilly here. I've got Spider-Punk and Andrew Garfield's ASM. Look at those guys. They just sit on top of the PC. Then I've got a little Ghost Rider with a Peter Parker hanging off on the side. But yeah, other than that, I mean, like I said, I have my Gerxlar, I have my Audio-Technica ATH-M 50Xs, which I absolutely adore. I adore white headphones. I just think they look so good. I have I think it's a Keychron V2. My dad made it for me. Favorite color is blue, so very happy with that. That was really good. I have a nasty ass Gojo mousepad that is just so dirty, but it works, so that's all that matters. Logitech super light with some like stick-on grips, just because it's a bit too slippery for my sweaty ass hands when I used to play competitive video games, but I don't anymore. I just play story games and survival crafting games mainly. So we have a bunch of single issues on the wall. We have my Nightwing 131. I don't know who's that by. Oh, Jorge Fawns. So we have a Jorge Fawns Nightwing cover, Power Rangers Turbo cover. We have a bunch of Absolute Wonder Woman covers. This is my personal favourite one. Not the DNA. What am I on about? The Mattia de Ulis Absolute Wonder Woman cover. Like I said earlier, Mattia de Ulis is my favourite artist of all time. We have Batman, Matt Fractions. We have a Absolute Batman homage, because Absolute Batman was the first comic I ever bought, which is pretty cool. Scotty Young, one of my other favourite artists. We have Bruno Redondo, who's another favourite artist of mine. And then we have some DNA down here. We have the TMNT 13 and DCKO 2. We have some absolutes on this side. I got a Batman Day issue 1. I have a Superman 15, a Absolute Flash 2, another Superman there, and then a Batman there as well. The reason this here is in a frame is, one, because I don't want to take the wires out, and two, that is the first ever Nightwing comic I got, and Nightwing being one of my favourite superheroes, I was just like, yeah, just whack it in a frame, looks cool. I love the colours, and the fact that it's an A cover is really cool. But yeah, that literally, I saw that, I went to my LCS for like this, I think it was like the third time I ever went, and they had that behind the counter. I was like, that's sick, can I have that? And they're like, yeah. Might have been a bit overpriced, but no, I don't regret it at all. It's yeah, definitely one of my favourite single issues. Then we have the Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2 disc plate. Big fan of disc plates, you know, just magnet on the wall, metal poster there. It's one of 4 disc plates, but all of my disc plates are Cyberpunk, because who would have guessed? The Booster Gold versus Batman and Robin is actually really sentimental to me, because that was the first comic I was ever gifted. I was gifted it, I think, before I even started collecting comics, which is wild. My granddad goes, like I said earlier, he goes to car boot sales, and I was talking to him about manga, and he was like, oh, the comic book stuff. I was like, kind of, and bless his soul, he didn't really get it, and so he brought me back there's a Green Lantern one and also a Blue Beetle one, but that was by far my favourite, and yeah, lo and behold, we're here now. But yeah, that means a lot to me, that Booster Gold. My granddad is a good man, he supports me all the time. And yeah, as you can see, more Cyberpunk right there on my wallpaper. Got the comics mirror back there. I have a lot of inspiration from this YouTuber called Derek Martinez. I watched his room tour videos and like his other just lifestyle videos, and I was like, his room is sick. So a lot of my inspiration is taken from him. The comics mirror is one of the inspirations. Also some of the Spider-Man stuff I have around, and also actually this is inspired from him. I didn't start like actually taking like the look of my room into account until I started watching his videos. And the second half of this wall has my sort of plushies that I have collected over the years. You know, I think most of it is Pokemon. I have this Superman that I got at my old work because I got a discount on it. I was like, that's pretty cool. So I bought it. Then yes, like I was saying, my amp here. Let me squeeze you down. Amp here also connects to my record player. Sometimes I switch it from my record player to my iPad and just aux it in. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, you saw some of my records. Just whack it on here, close it down, and I got a nice vibe going. And then you may be able to see the bright blue legal cabinet, legal filing cabinet is what it's called. This is where I store my comic books. Each of these shelves, or drawers I should say, hold 2 short boxes essentially. A little bit more. So yeah, I got inspiration from people on TikTok that had it. I know Cody Collects was a big reason I also got the filing cabinet. But yeah, majority of my comics live in here. So the top drawer is my ongoings. So this one here, we have Absolute Batman, and then I got all the absolutes going on. Then I know that there's DC miscellaneous in this side. So for like Batwoman, I'm picking up DC Vertigos, that sort of stuff. As you can probably see, there are like dividers in here. My entire collection is not that well thought out. The rest of them do not have dividers in there yet because one, they're expensive and I don't want to buy another pack. But I'm just going to use my sticky notes and just section them into things that are just easily accessible. Another few things I have the Liberty, Statue of Liberty scene from the end of No Way Home. I have the Iron Spider bust as well. Fun fact, also, Snom is my favourite Pokemon. Little ice bug, very cute, very cute. And yeah, that's this side of the room. So now we're gonna go over to the final side of my setup, my room, my abode. But yeah, this is the final, I guess, corner wall of my room. As you can see, I have more comics on the wall. I am going to be expanding this, but for now, just 5 comics. I mean, these are some of my current favourite ongoings. So we have Exquisite Corpses. I love that one. I especially love that that Invincible Month cover. Let me take you closer. So yeah, we have the Invincible Month cover for Exquisite Corpses at 11. We have the B cover for Dork 3. Yeah, for Dork 3. We have the Absolute Batman 19 original A cover. They switched it to be, well, the one that is the A cover now. So I think that's the C cover. Then we have the Zombie Anatomy cover for Bleeding Hearts issue 3. And we have the Scream homage for Narco. Narco is one of my favourite ongoings right now. Super cool. And finally, as you can see on the wall, there is my Cyberpunk Edgerunners triple display, which is my favourite anime of all time because, hey, Cyberpunk's my special interest, you know? It can't not be. Yeah, and that's the wall. There is going to be some additions going through like the next year probably, just as I get more variants for like Absolute Wonder Woman, which I will guess there will be a lot more variants I want to pick up just because that is my favourite ongoing at the moment. There'll just be a bunch of stuff, so stay tuned in the vlogs to, I guess, be updated with that. And then finally, we have the sort of just chill out area and, you know, I guess the lounge area of my room. I think when I was saying earlier I had inspiration from Derek Martinez, this sofa is the main thing. He got this at one point in his videos a year or two back, and I was like, that's really cool, I want it. And so I went hunting for the company that did it, and I definitely bought it off the actual company. This definitely isn't off-brand and from a Etsy seller. But nevertheless, no, this is my sofa/bed. You just take these corner bits off and you put your like duvet set and stuff on it. And then also we have my coffee table, which, I mean, if I have a sofa, I have to have a coffee table. But I got this from IKEA. As you can see, there's a little step down here, which I have a short box on because I put my like things I want to read in that one. So we have the current Exquisite Corpses issues I haven't read. There's like Ultimate Endgame. There's some recent issues of Something's Killing the Children. That sort of stuff, you know. There's just things that I want to read. There's even manga in here. So I also put new comic book days in there. All that other stuff. This is what I keep on my coffee table. I keep a little bowl here for, you know, my keys, my wallet, my AirPods. When I come home from work, I just chuck it on there. Same with my rings. My iPad here for watching like YouTube videos and stuff. And my Steam Deck is also here just to like, if I want to play some Hades or something while I'm sat on the sofa. And then underneath there is another like compartment like right here. I have my bag and boards in there. I also have my art books here, which I think is really cool. Oh, I have some trades here as well. So I have this one, the Ghibliverse art book. I have the unofficial Ghibli cookbook as well. I also have my favourite Studio Ghibli film, which is Ponyo, The Art of Ponyo right there. The best Ghibli film in my opinion. And then finally we have my Arcane art book as well, which is one of my favourites. I love Arcane so much. But yeah, I also have, you know, my tape for my bag and boards. I have some other little tchotchkes and like things I use all the time. I know my D&D dice box is in there. My D&D notebook is also in there. Just some things that I like to keep on hand that I guess can just live there. But yeah, this is my my sort of chill out area. And then for the final thing I wanted to show you, it is my rug / tapestry that I keep here in this sort of corner of my room. It is the scene from Cyberpunk Edgerunners with David and Lucy looking at the Earth from the moon, which is just one of my favorite pieces. And I was contemplating putting it on the wall on my ceiling or something, but I think it just fits so perfectly as like a rug. So yeah, this is also one of my favorite pieces. Again, Cyberpunk. And that was the fiction room tour. If you have any suggestions of what you would think I would like or would be cool to add to the room, please put them in the comments. I am always open to, you know, checking things out. You know, I love this room being just an expression of myself. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. I like to post at least once a week, usually new comic book day vlogs, but I'm going to start doing more videos like this. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh, you seem to.
This is my sanctuary, and I feel like I'm proud of it, and I'm ready to show the world. I'm ready to display on YouTube for you guys. I'm just so nice like that. Shut up! Shut up!
Your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over.
The aspect of reading, I think I struggle to read, not in like a I want to punch the camera. I don't know how to fucking. I don't know how to present myself. I feel like a bitch. My favorite manga is Kaiju number 8. And yeah, I mean, I'm mainly a comic man now, but manga, I always pick it up. I always love reading it. Oh, fucking! I want to fucking throw my phone. Welcome everybody to another fiction video. My name is Fiction or Sean, and you can call me Everet.